Unit 2.4 Karl Marx A. Life 1. Birth and early life. Karl Marx was born in 1818 in Trier, Germany, into a middle-class family. His father was a lawyer, and his mother came from a wealthy family. This comfortable upbringing gave Marx a stable start in life. Point 2. Education. Marx was a good student, known for his intelligence. He studied law at the University of Bonn and later at the University of Berlin. Here, he became more interested in philosophy and history. Point 3. Shift to radical ideas. During his university years, Marx started exploring radical political ideas. He was influenced by the philosophy of Hegel and Feuerbach, leading him to question societal structures and norms. Point 4. Marriage and family. Marx married Jenny von Westphalen in 1843. They had a strong relationship, and Jenny supported Marx's work throughout their life together. They had several children, though only a few survived to adulthood. Point 5. Journalism career. Marx worked as a journalist for several years. His writings, often critical of political and societal issues, attracted attention from both supporters and critics. Point 6. Exile and travels. Due to his radical ideas, Marx was forced to move to different countries. He spent significant time in Paris, Brussels, and London. These experiences exposed him to different cultures and political environments. Point 7. Financial hardships. Throughout his life, Marx faced financial difficulties. Despite his education and skills, he struggled to provide for his family, relying at times on the support of his friend and collaborator, Friedrich Engels. Point 8. Later years and death. Marx's later years were marked by health problems and ongoing political work. He died in London in 1883, leaving behind a legacy of influential ideas. Point 1b. Contributions to Sociology 1. The Communist Manifesto. The Communist Manifesto, written by Marx and Engels, is a pivotal work in the history of socialism and communism. It presents an analytical approach to the class struggle and the problems of capitalism, advocating for a communist society. The manifesto argues that all history is the history of class struggles, and it famously concludes with the call to action: workers of the world, unite. This work had a profound impact on the development of leftist political movements and ideologies around the world. It remains a foundational text for understanding Marxist theory and continues to be widely read and studied. Point 2. Concept of class struggle. Marx's concept of class struggle is central to his sociological thought. He posited that society's history is a history of conflicts between the ruling and oppressed classes. According to Marx, these conflicts drive societal changes and revolutions. He focused particularly on the struggle between the bourgeoisie, who own the means of production, and the proletariat, the working class. This idea has been influential in understanding the dynamics of societal change and is a key element in Marxist political theory. Point 3. Economic theory. Marx's critique of capitalism was revolutionary. He argued that capitalism is an economic system based on the exploitation of the working class by the ruling class. He believed that this exploitation led to class conflict, which would eventually lead to the downfall of capitalism and the rise of socialism. Marx's analysis of capitalist economics, including concepts like surplus value and the labor theory of value, challenged existing economic paradigms. His economic theory has provided a framework for various economic and political ideologies, including socialism and communism. Point 4. Historical materialism. Historical materialism is a methodological approach to the study of society, economics, and history that was developed by Marx. It posits that material conditions and economic factors primarily determine the organization and development of societies. Marx suggested that changes in material conditions, like technology and productive capacity, led to changes in societal structures. This approach marked a shift from idealist interpretations of history, which emphasized ideas and consciousness. Historical materialism has been influential in the development of various sociological theories and historical analyses. Point 5. Alienation. Marx's concept of alienation is a critical analysis of how labor is structured in capitalist societies. He argued that under capitalism, workers are alienated from the products of their labor, as they do not own what they produce. This alienation also extends to the process of labor, where workers have no control over their work conditions, and from their own human potential, as work becomes a means of survival rather than a fulfilling activity. Additionally, Marx believed that workers are alienated from each other, as capitalism turns labor into a competition rather than a cooperative activity. This concept has been fundamental in discussions about labor, psychology, and sociology. Point 6. The base and superstructure. In Marx's theory, the base refers to the economic foundation of society, including the relations of production and the mode of production. The superstructure encompasses the cultural, political, and ideological systems built upon this economic base. Marx argued that the superstructure is shaped by the base but also has a reciprocal impact on it. This theory has been used to analyze how economic systems influence and are influenced by social structures, institutions, and ideologies. It's a critical tool in understanding the complex interactions between various elements of society. Point 7. Impact on various fields. Marx's ideas have had a profound and wide-reaching impact across numerous disciplines. In sociology, his theories have provided insights into social class, conflict, and societal change. In economics, his critique of capitalism has been foundational to Marxist economics. Political science has been influenced by his ideas on class struggle and the state. Moreover, Marx's theories have significantly impacted philosophy, especially in areas concerning human nature and historical development. His interdisciplinary influence demonstrates the depth and breadth of his intellectual contributions. Point 8. Continued relevance. Despite being a 19th-century thinker, Marx's ideas remain highly relevant in contemporary discussions. His critique of capitalism is frequently referenced in debates on economic inequality, globalization, and workers' rights. The resurgence of interest in Marx's work reflects ongoing concerns about the nature of capitalist societies, especially in times of economic crisis. His analysis of class struggle and the dynamics of societal change continues to be a reference point for those studying social inequality and seeking social justice. Marx's legacy lives on as his ideas continue to inspire and challenge the understanding of our social world. Karl Marx's contributions to sociology and his broader intellectual legacy have made him one of the most influential figures in the history of social thought. His critical approach to understanding the complexities of society, economics, and human behavior has shaped numerous academic disciplines and continues to be relevant in today's world.